I'm back. So, for whatever reason, Instagram didn't want to let me save my Pink Sofa Sunday. And of course, if you know anything about Instagram, if it's over 15 minutes, you can't save it. So, I'm back, which is good because I was slightly unhappy with it. And I feel like this is my transparent place. And I can be honest, I wasn't happy with it, y'all. So, I'm re recording it because Pink Sofa Sundays is my accountability piece. And so I want to only put out content that I am proud of. If I'm not proud of the content, I'm not putting it out. So, again, Instagram wouldn't let me upload it for whatever reason. I was able to download it, but if it's over 15 minutes, it can't go on IGTV or whatever. So I'm back. But same content, a little bit different. So if you're able to join me, thank you guys for joining. Today's topic is networking. And like I said earlier, we are going to talk about how do we capitalize on networking. So networking can be in person, virtual, it can be through a mutual friend. How are you leveraging those contacts to benefit you and your business? So the main thing that I want to start with networking is elevator speech. I know we hear that a lot, especially as entrepreneurs, but we don't understand the importance of it. You need to be able to sell your business, your brand, or your service within 30 seconds. Things that you can include in that elevator speech are your mission statement, your purpose, your goal, your solution, or your slogan. So make sure you're able to get at least 1 to 2 of those components in that 30-second slot. I know 30 seconds seems extremely short, but you can do it, okay? So for me, I'm just going to use my ultimate overarching goal, which is to have a branding firm. So when I meet people, hey, my name is Dee Dee. I am the CEO of the company I'm a CEO of, and I start to tell them about the purpose and the mission of my company, which is to help minority women market, deliver, and produce quality services and products. That's what I do. Quick, simple, and to the point. So make sure, again, you know what you do. Become confident in that. Even if you have to write it down, do so. But when you do so, you only get one shot at that. So make sure that you guys understand one shot and it's it. So if you blow it, you got to start back over, okay? So the next thing you want to do is go over to that person and introduce yourself. Know that in networking situations, you might have to be the first person to make that first step, and that's okay. Like I shared earlier, I'm an introvert. So for me, just making that first step can be a headache because I'm going back and forth within my own head about me not being comfortable doing that. So with you being an introvert, you want to just take baby steps. So what that might look like is you only talking to 2 people that night. And there are other people like my best friend, she's a social butterfly. If we go to a networking event, she's comfortable talking to multiple people. With me, I tend to get in my own head and stay in my comfort zone. So I ultimately might only talk to 2 or 3 people, but that's okay. The main thing is quality over quantity. So don't feel like you have to meet so many people that night, because if you make one connection and that connection is ultimately beneficial, don't worry about it. So go in with a goal in mind, especially for my introverted people. Go in, set yourself a reasonable, realistic goal and say, hey, I'm going to talk to 3 people tonight. The important thing about once you go over and you start to network with people, let's not ultimately go over trying to sell something. People, they're always trying to sell stuff. And I know shade, but I think about the people who are doing like those drinks or whatever that NutriBurst is. Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy this? You want to buy that? So you don't want to go over like you're trying to force something. You actually want to make a genuine connection. So how do you do that? Of course, you go over and you find a common interest. Talk about things that you enjoy. Oh, hey man, I noticed you have on, those nice cufflinks. I love cufflinks. And then you just build a conversation based off of that. But don't ultimately go over there trying to sell something. One thing that you do want to listen for is if that person provides a problem. So say, for instance, the person says, man, I really enjoy coming to these networking things, but it's so hard to talk to HR people. You provide them with some type of solution about how they can reach that HR person or whatever problem they present to you. Now, let it be something that is feasible. So don't say, hey, I can introduce you to Drake if you know that's something you're not capable of doing. But if it's something that's within your reach and you can provide a reasonable solution for that, do so. So what that does to that person, one, it shows that you have a genuine interest in what they're doing. And it also lets them know that you guys will be able to, connect on something. And so go over and do that. Make sure that you're letting them know, it's a two-way street. You're not just there to give, but you're also there kind of to get something. Hinting at maybe we can hang out and have coffee, or, maybe we can catch up later. So just using keywords, but before you walk away from that conversation, make sure that you leave or either gain a way to connect with that person. That is something that is extremely hard. I think a lot of people meet a lot of people, but they don't connect with them, and they're not able to reconnect with them if need be. So like I shared earlier, you want to think about things such as the business card, even though I know it's almost obsolete at this point because of COVID and because of a lot of other reasons. People are just not big on business cards. However, they do still use them. Think about other ways to connect. Your social media, your LinkedIn accounts. You also want to think about those little pop things that are now on the back of phones. People can just say, tap them, and then there you go. And they also have those little codes. I can't remember what the name of them are, QRB codes or whatever they are. Those codes, you can actually now print those out and put them on like a keychain or put them in your wallet. So like I said, the lady who does all of my branding, she actually makes those. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. And she puts those on a key ring. So if you meet someone at that networking event, hey, I really enjoyed chatting with you. You want to connect later on? You can scan this, and this is my LinkedIn. And you're able now to form some type of network and some type of bond with that person so that you're able to continue the conversations on later. The ultimate goal is we don't want it to stop there. We want it to continue to build. And make sure you're networking with people who are not just in your industry. So as you know, I am a reseller. I don't just want to network with people who are resellers. I also want to talk to people who are building brands, people who are building, different companies, people who are marketing, people who are doing a variety of things that I know I can benefit from and that I can also benefit them on. So again, we don't want to just think about what can they do for us, but what services are you able to render for them? Because people are more apt to help you if they don't feel like you're trying to get something from them. It's a lot of times when we connect with people, we're like, what do they want from me? And you can tell when someone wants something from you. So you want to connect. That's right. Thank you, Rhonda. QR codes. That's what it's called. It's a QR code is what you can use. And like I said, the lady, she actually attaches them to the keychain. I'm thinking about doing one of those in my Black Friday giveaway. So if you guys are interested, let me know. My Black Friday giveaway will be posted for tomorrow. And that's a cute little way to network with those QR codes. And you literally just scan it, and then they'll be able to come to whatever social media platform you desire. You can do it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Even some stores have them. So that's another great way. So think outside of our traditional, because a lot of things are being hosted virtually. So make sure you guys are staying in the know about what businesses are having networking things virtually. I know Rhonda, who is another reseller, she's really good with connecting with other resellers in a lot of those groups that they have. So make sure you are not only just creating a brand, but you're also networking with other people in that industry who could possibly connect and show you other things you can do. All right. So like I say, make sure your social media is up to par. What I mean by up to par is make sure you're not inviting an HR person from a major corporation to your Instagram and it does not look professional. Okay. Make sure that you are not inviting a potential client to your Instagram and it does not look professional. So make sure you are taking the proper steps. That's why in video number 1 with marketing, we talked about creating 2 separate Instagrams. There's no reason why I should see your daughter, your cat, somebody at a recital. There should be 2 totally different platforms or accounts for your business and for your personal life. And obviously, because that just makes sense. Some things can be frowned upon, profanity, nudity, all of these things can be up to the person who is perceiving them. And again, this is not my personal opinion, but some people do have those personal opinions. So to minimize any conflict, you just want to make sure that your stuff is branded according to what you're trying to achieve. Okay. Don't forget, it's okay to make the first move. It's okay to go up to a person and say, hey, I noticed you from a party last year and I didn't get an opportunity to talk to you. So I wanted to come over and chat with you today. So don't be afraid to make the first move. Also do your research. So if you know that you are going to a reseller group and there's a list of all the participants, go follow them. Go look on their social media. So that way, when you come to the conversation, you'll have some points of interest to reference. You don't want to come unprepared. You always want to do your research. Even if you're doing a pop-up shop, normally they say these are all the sponsors or these are the participants. Go and look online and start researching some of those brands. So that way, while you're there and you're normally doing like the little setup part, you can walk around and talk to some of those brands. Oh my God, I noticed that you use organic materials. Did you know about this wholesale vendor? They sell things wholesale, blah, 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 blah. So just use it as an opportunity to connect with that person, because now you have provided them a solution they might didn't know about. And guess what? Now you can call them and connect with them going forward. So just make sure that you are keeping all lines of communication open at all time. Also, make sure that you guys are not just picking people, again, who are in the same position. You want people who are above you. And I know that can be intimidating. Like, how do I go up to a reseller who has 300,000 followers and connect with them? How do I do that? Simple. They're a normal person. Go up to them and talk to them just like anybody else. But you always want to aim for a variety of people in different positions. You don't want everybody in your network to be at the same level as you, because ultimately the goal is to rise above. So you want to keep that in mind. And then also you want a variety of people. For me, I know maybe finances might be a weak spot for me. So I want someone who's good in finances. I want somebody who's good in startups. So you want to keep your circle inclusive with a variety of people who are doing things that you can benefit from. And don't feel like it's selfish to look at it like, well, why do I, how do I benefit from things? Or looking at it like I'm going into this kind of to be conniving or deceiving. It's not, because ultimately that's what networking is about. It's about learning from one another. It's about give and take on both ends. So it's not just one end. I think that's when it becomes an issue or toxic, when you're not benefiting from it, but the other person is. So make sure that whatever that person has to give, it is something that both of you guys can utilize going forward. I don't know if you guys know Rhonda, the Pink Diva Studio. I love her. When me and her met, she would tell you I was so resistant to meeting her because I was not used to friendly and open networking. Being a posher has really opened my eyes to so many different opportunities to network with people from all different walks of life. And through these networks, I've been able to be featured on people's shows. I've been invited to the table to have conversations that I've never would have dreamed I would have had the opportunity to do so. But again, it was all about putting myself out there and being open to those types of connections, being open-minded and not necessarily going into it thinking that I know everything, but being willing to learn. And honestly, like I said, these have been some of the best experiences since I have been on Poshmark. So make sure that you are seizing every opportunity, whether it's the person that's walking by, the post office clerk that you give your packages to every day. It's the holiday season. Give them a gift card, but inside of the gift card, give them your business card, or just give them a regular postcard, and then make sure on the back you stamp it with your your business information. You never know who could be your next client or who be the next person that you are able to connect with and make a difference. So, within this next week, make a personal goal. Say, you know what, even though we are in quarantine, a lot of people are still going through this tough time in the pandemic, still put forth an effort to network. Meet 3 new people on Instagram and genuinely talk to those 3 new people. Don't just go on there and like a picture. Leave a comment. So that's another way you can engage in network is on your social media platforms. Instagram, on this page, I have met so many people. Glow Girl Glow. Oh my God, I love her. Her worksheets are amazing. She talks about budgeting. I've learned so much stuff from her. Trish, I've learned so much stuff from her. So use Instagram also as a way to network. And again, not just about what I can do for you, but what they can do for you as well. So, don't look at Instagram as just me pushing my content out, but also network. That is super important to your brand, and don't let it stop there. Okay. So, like I say, make yourself a goal. Say, I'm going to reach out to X amount of people and be intentional about what you do. So this is just my spiel on networking. Next week, I'll come to you guys with a different topic. It'll be something a little bit more fashion driven. Every other week, I like to do one where it's more fashion. And then the next one is going to be more marketing, branding. And exactly, engagement is key. Y'all, I'm on YouTube too. So I do one on YouTube and I also do the same one on Instagram. So if you ever miss me on Instagram, you can always catch the repeat on YouTube. But engaging is key. That is a very good point. Rhonda said engaging is key. So I had to learn that the hard way. For those of you who do not know, I have an MBA in marketing. I thought I knew everything. I was just like, I know this. This is going to be so easy. I'm going to get 15,000 followers tomorrow. It does not work like that. You have got to engage. When I say Rhonda has engaging on lock, she has engaging on lock. She goes in and she comments. She talks to people. She literally does this almost like a part-time job. And that's why she's so successful. When you go on there and you look at the rate of comments that people are giving back to her, it's because she does the same thing. Don't be afraid to share people's posts. Don't be afraid to refer people to other people. If you know you don't specialize in plus size, send them somewhere else. If I know I don't have a standard size closet, I can send them somewhere else. So don't be afraid to share and to network. That's part of it. But I cannot stress the importance of engaging online, and not just online, but picking up the phone and calling the people that you met at that pop-up shop or that you met at this local business social. You have to stay connected with them. Hey, I just wanted to follow up and see how you're doing. I know we haven't been able to see physically because we're in quarantine, but do you want to set up a Zoom call? Let's toss back and forth some ideas. So don't let the pandemic be an excuse for you not to continue to evolve. Even though I know it is challenging, it still can be done. My family, every Friday, we have Zoom calls now. Honestly, I haven't seen my family this much in probably 3 or 4 years because now we're using Zoom and I love it. So use Zoom, use FaceTime and all these other virtual platforms that we have at our disposal as a way to connect with people and stay connected, okay? So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't know what happened to my first video, but guess what? No mistakes here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Same time, same place.